sold stuff for nearly 3,000 euro this year. Hi and very welcome! My name is Mary, this is my channel Lumi Level Up and I'm a luxury lover on an average income trying to be more mindful with my money. Late November, early December always is a quite good time to let go of some stuff. Because actually quite some people seem to search for pre-loved luxury items to get as Christmas gifts. And that might be the reason why I just sold 2 items that I now need to package up and ship that I will show to you in this video as well. And these 2 sales inspired me to film this video, sharing all the things I sold in 2022. Or let's put it that way, all the luxury designer items that I sold. Because I do list a lot of clothing as well, Zara and H&M and contemporary brands. And I don't think that would be very interesting for you to watch. Just stuff that I don't wear anymore. And that's not really mentioning worthy and I sell it for a few euro. But of course they do add up as well. But if I would tell you everything, the list would get way too long. So in this video we are going to focus on all the luxury designer items or very well-known brand items. And we will go through all of my sales in 2022 in chronological order, so starting in January till this day in December. I will show you pictures of everything I did sell and tell you what I got for it. Most of the items you probably never ever will have seen on my channel, because I might have already decided to sell them on months or years ago and put them in a box in the basement and never even showed or mentioned them here in any video. Because unfortunately, selling stuff online, it does take some time and sometimes it's weeks, months or even years until you finally find someone who wants to get your piece. So you need patience. So most items will be totally new for you to see, but there will be some as well that I did cover on my channel and some even have their own videos. Of some you already know that I sold them because I shared it with you, but we'll get into that later in this video. Actually, the pullover I'm wearing, I wanted to sell it as well. It's from the brand Wild Fox, but I don't know if I'm too lazy or if I just do not have enough time to list everything I would be willing to let go of. So probably I could have sold even more if everything I don't need anymore would be listed, but that's not the case. There's only 24 hours in a day and yeah, I should take some more time to sell even more. And maybe mentioning worthy about this topic, make sure to know the laws in your country, to know how much you are legally allowed to sell as a private person before it gets critical and before you would have to mention it on your tax form. And yeah, just know your rights so you do not commit tax fraud unintentionally. The year for me started with selling a purple René Lézard bag and an Armani blazer. The same person bought both of these items together, so I gave her a good price of 100 euro for the bag and the blazer. I'm not sure how well known René Lézard is. I would consider it a luxury brand and this purple one was a work bag for me. It did serve me well. It has this amazingly beautiful interior, but I didn't enjoy the shape that much anymore. I didn't like that it just has these short handles. I would have preferred to have longer shoulder straps to wear the bag, so yeah, I just sold it on. I had listed it forever until finally someone wanted to have it, and I was lucky in that case that the woman wanted to have the Armani blazer as well. It's just from a diffusion brand from Armani, so it's not top tier Giorgio Armani, but just Armani Collezioni. I think the blazer was not too bad, but I did not really wear it and that's why I let go of it. My next sale was by coincidence from Armani as well, this time from Giorgio Armani, which is the top tier highest line of the Armani brand. I did mention this bag, the Charnier Doré, in my 5 handbag regrets video, because I owned it for about 6 to 7 years and in the time I only wore it for about 5 times, so this bag definitely was a bad decision for me. I hardly wore it. I love the colors, but that's it, and I had it listed for years as well until I finally found someone that wanted to buy it and I sold it on for 260 euro. The next sale was a Dolce & Gabbana set. It was this striped jumper with the matching scarf. It had a cute off-the-shoulder moment, but that whole ensemble, I'm not really sure. Why would you wear that kind of sweater with a scarf? I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought it. I sold both pieces together on for 80 euro. Next up was a piece of custom jewelry. This flowery ring by the brand Kenzo. I sold it on Vestiaire Collective. My listed price were 87 euro, and without the Vestiaire Collective fees I got 74 for that ring. I once bought it at TJ Maxx because I thought it was cute, and whenever I spot a designer item at TJ Maxx I get quite tempted if the price is right, but it was a piece as well that I didn't wear, so it was the right thing to do to let go of it. An item that I did just purchase this year and that I did a deep dive review on my channel about, but then as well shared that it ended up not working out for me and that I did sell it on, was the Longchamp Les Pliages Filet bag. I will link that video for you why I sold it. And I got 69 euro and 50 cents for that bag, including shipping, so that's a thing you have to keep in mind. All my prices were including the shipping, so what I actually got for the pieces is a little bit less, because usually these luxury items or higher price items I always send with insured shipping, so that's always, I don't know, around 5 euro at least as well. It's no surprise that I sold that bag, at least it should not be a surprise for anyone, because I shared my reasons therefore in a video, and that's actually one of the few items I bought this year that did not work out for me, that I sold on because, yeah, just didn't work out for me. Next up was this PVC Cavalli beach bag. I never liked the design to begin with. I found it for a great price at the outlet once, and that's why I bought it and sold it on for 80 euro on the Vestiaire Collective as well, so I'm not entirely sure for how much I had it listed, but 80 is what I got for it without the fees that have already been paid. The next piece I sold is a Louis Vuitton item, and usually I do have quite a strict never sell Louis Vuitton policy because Louis Vuitton prices just go up, same with Chanel, and I did sell some pieces in the past and most of the times ended up regretting that I let go of Louis Vuitton pieces. For example, I used to own the Cherise bucket bag and I sold it at a point in time when it was not that popular. Trust me, there was a time when these cherry pieces were not that sought after as they are now. I think I sold it on for only 600 euro, around 600 euro for the bucket bag, including the matching pouch, just because I never loved that design too much. I wasn't too crazy about it, so I sold it on. The moment I sold the bag, I was very happy with it because I didn't like the bag anymore and I was glad to have the 600 euro in my hand. But years later, of course, I regretted that I sold it so cheap because the pouch alone would have been worth the 600 euro. So yeah, usually I have a no Louis Vuitton sales policy. But I never wore that Brea Epi leather bag in off-white, so I did list it, and I think I listed it for way too cheap as well. It was around maybe 600 or 700 euro, but my mom spotted that I listed that bag and she has quite a strict don't sell Louis Vuitton policy herself, so she called me and said, Marion, I would like to have that bag, please don't sell it to a random person on the internet. I will buy it from you. Of course it didn't feel right to me to sell that bag for 600 or 700 euro to my mom because I myself bought it. I scored it at a very good price at Vestiaire Collective once, and I think I bought it myself for 350 euro, so that was as well the price for which I then sold that bag on to my mom, and my mom still has the bag. I had never used it. As long as it was in my collection it still had the tags attached, so definitely that giveaway that I did not need it, but I'm very glad that my mom wanted to have it and that now it's still in the family, and if the day comes that I ever would want to get that bag back, it would not be gone and my mom would definitely sell it back to me for the 350 euro she paid. So yeah, even though I have this never sell Louis Vuitton policy, I still did sell one other Louis Vuitton piece, to which we will get later in this video, but yeah, for that piece it's a different thing. It's a different story than bags. Let's put it that way. I have a never sell Louis Vuitton bags policy. Next up is a brand that probably is more on the contemporary side as well and not that much luxury, but I wanted to include it anyways because I absolutely love that brand. It was called Uterque. I'm not even sure if you pronounce it that way. It belongs to Massimo Dutti, but is somewhat more higher quality than Massimo Dutti and somewhat more higher prices as well. And I loved these velvet slides, but they were super uncomfortable, so I sold them on for 35 euro. Another bag I sold that I just didn't wear. Bought it years ago when I still liked the design and I think didn't age that in fashion. It just didn't speak to me anymore. So this grey shopper by the brand Lulu Guinness, I sold it on for €63 on Vestiaire Collective as well. So that's the price I got. There was no additional shipping included. Another piece, this Cavalli shirt, I had to take a picture on a doll because I couldn't fit into that top anymore. It was silk. I think it is a sexy, cute top, but didn't fit me, so no need to think about it any further, and I sold it for €38. A bag that I just bought this year and that I sold on right away, and that it has its own video as well, is this Karl Lagerfeld micro bag. It was on sale, reduced from €145 to only €40. That's why I felt the need that I would need it, but it ended up not working for me at all. It's way too tiny. I did cover it in its own video, so in case you are curious to find out more, watch that video. And I sold it on for €54, so I even made a tiny profit of around €15 on that mistake of getting a bag that's way too small for my needs. Then I listed several pairs of shoes, of designer shoes, and they sold very well. In general, I feel like shoes, used shoes, sell quite well because you usually mark them down quite a lot. You never get back what you paid for shoes, but if you are willing to go down with the prices, you can sell shoes quite well. I had one pair of Choo patent leather black flats that I sold for only €57, but they were very used. They were worn a lot and I just didn't grab them anymore, so I let go of them. Then I sold a pair of YSL booties in mock croc looks. I got them at the Foxtown outlet center. Unfortunately, the YSL boutique in that outlet closed down, but back when it was still there, that outlet had great sales every once in a while, and I got these boots for a great price. Don't remember exactly for how much, but I sold them on for €206 on Vestiaire Collective. Actually, I sold them for even more, but without the fees that I had to pay, 206 is what I ended up getting for them. A second pair of Choo pumps that I sold, it was this suede with silver details. They were in way better condition still, but they were quite uncomfortable for me, so maybe worn once or twice. Bought at the outlet as well and sold for €101. Another pair of high heels that I found at TJ Maxx, and I should have never bought them because they were super high and I hardly ever wear heels that high, so it was set up to fail, to not work out for me. But they were on sale at TJ Maxx, so that's another piece on which I might have even earned something. I sold them on for €48, but yet again including shipping, so I actually got only 43 for them. If I would have bought them regular retail, it would have been a massive loss, but yeah, bought at TJ Maxx on sale, so it wasn't too bad. And an item that I did cover on my channel very early on were my Roberto Cavalli Geisha high heels, which I called my stripper heels because looking back I think they look absolutely hideous. I cannot imagine wearing these shoes. Please don't feel offended if these kind of plateau stripper high heels are your thing, but it's not mine, and I don't know why I went for them to begin with. Well, actually I know exactly why I went for them, because they were reduced so much at the outlet that it felt just like an incredible deal. I think €850 would have been the regular retail and it was marked down 80% or something along those means. Never worn. I had them for years trying to sell them on. No one wanted them. I didn't want to let go of these shoes for less than what I paid because it just felt like such a stupid purchase that I didn't want to pay for that lesson. I wanted to get my money back, so I waited patiently for years until I finally found someone who wanted to pay the price, and then in this year I sold them for €157.42 on Vestiaire Collective. So yet again the price the buyer paid was even higher, but I got the €157. Now we made it to the second Louis Vuitton piece that I sold, and it is this hat. I myself bought it on Vestiaire Collective. I included it in my Louis Vuitton hat collection. I will link that video for you to watch as well. It's a video that did not perform very well at all. Seems like no one is interested in luxury designer hats, even though I do have quite a collection of Louis Vuitton hats. I bought this one because it came with a little brooch, and I was a lot into the brooch, and the hat just came with it. And since I didn't wear the hat, it still had the tags attached. I decided to let go of that piece, and I felt like to sell on a Louis Vuitton hat is not that terrible as letting go of a bag, so I don't think I will regret it, even though I guess Louis Vuitton hat prices will go up in the future as well. But I kept the brooch I let go of the hat and I sold it on, let me check, for 160 euro, and that was quite recently, I think last week I sent the package. So we are already in December with my sales now, and we already made it to the 2 pieces that I still have to package up and ship them out. So some of you might be able to recognize this set. It is my Espinal of London travel wallet, including the matching luggage tags. I did cover the luggage tags very recently in my bag charm collection video as well, and I did cover the entire set in its own review video that I will link for you. It is a very high quality, well-made set, but I owned it for over 1.5 years. I only took it on one trip with me, and yeah, if you watch the review, I think it makes sense why I decided to not keep it any longer, because I do not really need it. It is too big for my personal likings. I prefer to carry my passport in a small passport cover, and I don't need that huge travel wallet therefore. Did I already mention that I found this entire set at TJ Maxx with a box and with these luggage tags? So yeah, I paid a great price and I sold the entire set now for, I think, 96 euro, around that price point, and I sold it on Vestiaire Collective, so I myself get 80 euro for the sale. And I think the travel wallet itself retails for 160 at the moment and the luggage tags for 60. So 220 would have been the regular retail, and I sold it for around half the price off. But yeah, it's excellent condition as if it has never been used. I did use it for one trip and realized I don't need it, and yeah, so I sold it on, including the box. I have to package that now and ship it and let go of it, because I think I kept it long enough to realize that I do not use it. And the last piece, funny enough, everything I have to ship now goes very well together color-wise. It's this nice burgundy color. It's this Continental wallet by Dolce & Gabbana. I bought it years ago. Still has all the authenticity cards and stuff. I had it for years, but I hardly ever used it. Even have the tags still attached. Regular retail would have been $695. I don't know why there is a dollar price on it. I bought it for 171 and sold it on for 130, so with a little loss. But we have to keep in mind Dolce & Gabbana is not that popular anymore because of some very bad decisions the company made, so I didn't grab that wallet anymore, and I'm just happy that I was able to sell it on now and get a huge chunk of the money I spent for it back. Yeah, it was an outlet piece as well. It is very nice quality. The condition is like new, so there really is nothing wrong about it, but I just didn't wear it. On a everyday basis, I use my huge Chanel wallet, and I don't tend to switch up wallets. If I do so, I just go for a smaller one, never for a regular big-sized other one. So glad I found a buyer for that piece as well. Everything I showed you now together comes to a total of 2,143 euro. And all the other small stuff I sold from Zara or contemporary brands and clothing pieces, all together of that came to another 586 euro in this entire year of 2022. So the luxury items I just showed you and my old clothing stuff together comes to a grand total of 2,729 euro for stuff that just didn't work for me anymore, or that I didn't wear anymore, or for whatever reasons let go of. I think that is a very nice bonus, nearly 3,000 euro to stack up on my luxury shopping budget. Unfortunately, I did spend way more than these 3,000 euro on luxury shopping. So the nearly 3,000 euro unfortunately were not enough to cover all my luxury shopping expenses of the year. If you are interested to go into it in more detail, I could film kind of a second part where I show you all the luxury items that I did buy this year and tell you the prices and how that all add up, and then tell you the crazy amount that I did spend on luxury shopping in 2022. Even though it hurts a little bit to look at these numbers, but it feels good to know that I did sell on some stuff this year as well and got at least some money back on these items. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you next time, and bye! In case anyone is wondering, of course, these holes in that sweater are there on purpose. That's a thing of Wild Fox. So my financial situation is not that bad that I have to wear sweaters with holes. Don't worry. To watch next, I would recommend you my Louis Vuitton hat collection, because it is the season for hats and unfortunately no one was that interested in that video. Or check out why I sold my Longchamp Les Pliages filet bag, because that's a very trendy bag for this year.